Hey everybody, what's going on? DMV Air 8 back in the building with yet another video where today I'm going to do my first ever pregame spiel with a guest who is a big sports fan and a friend that I know so well when I'm in high school, a freshman and a sophomore. This is my friend Brighton right here. He's a huge Seattle fan, so why not introduce yourselves to the people?
Hey everybody, I'm Brighton, as Mark said, and as he said, I'm a huge Seattle sports team fan, and this week the Orioles and the Mariners are playing against each other, and we're going to talk about that matchup right there.
All right, let's get into it. But before we do this, I just want to let everybody know that the Orioles, as of now, have avoided the sweep and remain sweepless with a 5-4 win over the Houston Astros in a gritty game. It came down to the wire, and it was just so emotional. It was a roller coaster ride, but at the end of the day, they were able to pull off the victory. But anyways, back to where we start with this pregame spiel. Orioles, Mariners. The Mariners coming off a series sweep against the Padres with yesterday's victory 6-1. And the Orioles, like I said, they pulled off a 5-4 win, coming off a gritty game against the Houston Astros. Now, I would like to ask my friend Brighton, what do you guys need to do in order to stay competitive against my red-hot AL leading Orioles?
Well, as I'm looking at it right here, my Mariners are currently on a 7-game win streak as we just beat the Padres and some other teams before that. And I think that we're doing everything perfect right now, and we just need to keep up hitting good, and we need to keep our pitching perfect as it has been lately. But I think our most important thing is the hitting, because it's been a little inconsistent, and we need to score a little more. But yesterday was a perfect game, and I think we will continue to do good. And going off of the last time the Mariners and Orioles played this season, the Orioles won the series 2-1, and I think this time my Mariners will have a chance to turn that around.
Yep, especially when it's on your home field. Also decided the All-Star game in the Home Run Derby, which was really cool. And now on to what my guys need to do. Now, personally, for me, I think the offense is exactly where it needs to be. Like, we got some hot hitters in Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Santander, Mateo. But all these guys that are getting back on the injury list, I think is key because Cedric Mullins and Aaron Hicks are also part of this great offense. As far as the pitching staff goes, I've seen in the Houston series that we have been really, really inconsistent in terms of the bullpen. We're giving up a lot of huge hits against the Astros because that's what they do. And in terms of closing out games is also a huge concern as well because I recently saw a grand slam that my closer given up to Kyle Tucker, who's one of the best hitters in the league. So it's all about staying focused and zoned in and throwing strikes to these hitters in the Seattle Mariners because J-Rod, a.k.a. Julio Rodriguez, is really, really a factor for your squad. And the offense as well, they can definitely get you. So pitching staff, it's all about staying focused and zoning in and throwing strikes. The offense is going to be on a tear for the Orioles. So that's how I view this series as we go forth into tomorrow's first game. And also another question for you, Brian, is how confident are you? I know you guys are on a hot streak right now. How confident are you in terms of playoff seedings right now for you guys?
Currently, we are 1.5 games back from the Blue Jays in the wild card, and I see us. A few weeks ago, we were way out of anyone thinking we were going to make the playoffs. But lately, since we've been winning so many games, I think we will end up making the wild card at the end of the season, especially if we can catch up to the Blue Jays and the Astros.
Very
I have high
interesting.
hopes for my team making the wild card again this season.
Right, because last year, obviously, they were on a push in the month of August. Matter of fact, it was July, August, September, and then you guys made the fifth seed when you faced Houston. As for me, last year, my guys did not make the playoffs but finished on a winning record. But today, we have the best record, obviously, in the American League, and I don't expect my Orioles to win the division. But if they do somehow win the division, it will be nice to have a playoff series at Camden Yards, like a 2 seed or a 1 seed, if we win the division, depending on how things go. And it will be very exciting. The atmosphere will be absolutely legit to see on TV. And looking at these standings right now, in terms of best records, the Braves, even though they lost today, still hold the best record in baseball because they have won one game. They're 1 game ahead of us, and they lost less games than us. So, who do you think is going to be the best team in the American League, or the best team of baseball overall?
Currently looking at the records of every team, I think the Rays will continue to drop lower as they have not been playing their best lately, and I think the Orioles will continue to rise. And I think at the end of the season, it will stay as how it is now, where the Braves have the highest, and then the Orioles are right behind. That is my prediction. And I predict the Orioles to win the division.
Right, because as of now, we've been staying on Tampa Bay's pace in the months of June, and then they were on a slump at that time. So I'm thinking I got confidence in my guys to go out there and somehow win the AL East, and that'll be our first division since 2014, the 2 seed, when we had Machado, Chris Davis, and that trio in them. So I'm thinking I got confidence in my guys, especially getting some guys back from the injured list really helps as well. It's all about the pitching staff moving forward. Oh, and I'm looking at this right now that Orioles and Mariners are going to be featured on FS1. Now, let's talk national television, because now that the Orioles have been playing better, we're going to be on national television pretty much for like 3 weeks in a row, because recently we were on Sunday Night Baseball against the Yankees, and then we were on TBS against the Astros. Now we're back on Fox. So how exciting is it to see that the Orioles are going to be on national television for like the 3rd week in a row?
Well, for me, I'm just excited that my team will be on national television fighting against one of the arguably top teams in the MLB right now. And it will be amazing to see my team hopefully get some wins against, as I said before, the best team in the AL. And I'm hoping we can step up and get some wins and further push that playoff push that we need at the closing home stretch of the season right now.
Yes, it will be quite a series that I'm looking at right here. So, obviously, the predictions will go from there. But I just can't wait for October baseball, man. October's upon us. We got the month of August to go and September. And last thing before I end this video right here is give me your World Series champion prediction. I know it's too early on to discuss playoffs, but give me your early prediction on who's going to win it all.
Oh, man. Well, I'm looking at the standings right now. I'm looking at the top teams. I see the top teams are the Orioles and the Braves. I personally do not have faith in the Braves to make it to the World Series. But the NL, I would take the Dodgers making it to the World Series. And then I see the Dodgers playing against, I think they will be playing against the Rangers in the World Series. And then the AL Championship Series, I see the Rangers winning Game 7 against your Orioles.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And who do you think the Dodgers are going to see in the NLCS?
I believe they will be seeing the Braves.
Very interesting. I'll say Braves and Dodgers would meet at that potential level if I was going to predict it. But I'm going to say that the Dodgers would falter in the division round. I'm going to go with a surprising team. It's either the Phillies or the Cincinnati Reds that I'm looking at. Or even the Milwaukee Brewers. They've been trying to make a push lately. So I would say Phillies in the NLCS, back where they were at last year with Bryce Harper. And I'm going to say the Milwaukee Brewers will make a push from there. So I'm going to take Phillies and Braves in the NLCS for my predictions. And then for American League Championship Series, I would say the Rangers would definitely make the Championship Series. Now, I'm going to keep faith in my guys right here. I would say we will keep it a 7-game series with them, and I would say we will falter in that series. So I'm going to say 7-game series, Rangers and the Braves. So I would say my champion would be the Braves because they're arguably the best team in baseball with Ronald Acuna, Ozzy Albies, and Marcell Ozuna, and all these guys, Austin Riley, and Sean Murphy too. They've been a huge impact on this team. And I just think that they do not miss Freddie Freeman at all. Despite him being with the Dodgers, I would say the Braves will be my champion as it stands right now. But we'll see what happens with the rest of the regular season. But yes, guys, that is all for our pregame spiels and more. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. With that being said, that is all I gotta say. Let's get it.